This is Sheila Traxx and Happy World Radio Day 2023, and right now we are going to be talking to some of the figures out there when it comes to the world of broadcasting, radio in particular. So right now joining me online, of course on the phone line, we've got Philomena Pragasam, Director of Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development, AIBD. Happy World Radio Day, Miss Philo.
Hello, Brandon. Thank you. And I'm here right here in Vietnam, and I have some Vietnamese DJs who want to say Happy World Radio Day first.
Oh, thank you so much, Miss Philo. Thank you so much. Happy World Radio Day. Yeah. Okay, Miss Philo, first and foremost, could you please tell us about yourself? Let us all know.
Yeah, I have, can you say your name and say Happy World Radio Day?
Hi, sir. I'm Kang.
Hi, Kang. Hi. Happy World Radio Day, Kang.
Yeah, Happy Radio Day.
Okay. So Brandon,
yes.
Kang. Vietnam, VOV, is a famous, very famous traffic radio station. And I'm in their office now, and it's the number one radio station in Vietnam, in Hanoi, and also in Ho Chi Minh, and also in the Mekong Delta. They happen to be celebrating World Radio Day in a very, very big way today. Yes, Brandon. Sorry for that interlude, but I simply have to introduce this group from Vietnam who's with me right now.
Right.
So for your information, I'm in Hanoi. Yes, go on.
Right. Okay. Yes, Miss Philo, you need to tell us about yourself.
Okay, I think I'm no stranger in Traxx because everybody, I think you guys know me as a person who has been in the radio for a long time. I started off as Auntie Philo. And so radio is my passion, it's my blood. And I have done a lot of work on radio, from programs, radio programs, to being a radio DJ, to being a newsreader, and then to being a head of the radio station. Somebody who also changed the name from Radio 4 to Traxx FM. So I am the person who did that for you guys.
Yeah, I was a small boy when it was Radio 4. Now it's Traxx FM. So now you've mentioned your experience, right? You've been here for the longest time ever. But could you tell us your fondest memories of radio growing up?
Fondest memories of radio growing up, probably when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I was listening to radio. Then with my friends, we were just listening to the favorite songs. And then I never imagined that I would be a radio personality.
Right.
But I guess that it happened by chance. I always wanted to be a teacher.
Right.
And then I became Auntie Philo on radio, so I was basically talking to children, but not as a teacher, but as a friend. And I think that was totally different. And that's what radio is, Brandon.
Yes.
You are actually a friend. A radio is a very personal medium. So a radio personality is a friend to the listener. And you always give a lending ear, especially in interactive radio.
Right. Now, when it comes to that spark, right, what actually made you decide to pursue a career in radio first, and what kept you there?
What kept me there? The excitement of new things. I was always excited about radio because radio is a medium which was very challenging because it's a sound-only medium. So because you're only in sound, you have to think of many ingenious techniques to make a good radio program.
Right.
So that's what excited me, how you can utilize sound to make a lot of, it's not just talking on radio, but it's also because I wasn't just a presenter. At the time we were producers. So we had to keep people hooked on radio. So all the radio is a theater of the mind. So you need to engage music and the sound effects that you use. I created my own sound effects when I was in Germany, and how you use all those natural sound to create a fantastic radio program.
Right.
So that was part of the challenge, and I think I was very excited about creating. I'm a creative person, so I love radio programming. Yep.
So when you talk about how music and how sound bites must create a theatre atmosphere, now the theme this year has got to be Radio and Peace. So let's move on to Radio and Peace, and together with the theatreness that you were talking about, what are your thoughts about this theme, that Radio and Peace, and how it will affect you?
So first of all, radio is the theatre of the mind. That means when you I listen to your voice, I'm picturing how you look like.
Oh.
Brandon, I don't know how you look like.
But,
I missed out.
But you hear my voice.
I'm picturing you. I'm picturing you, right? So those days in the golden era of radio where people were talking with golden voices like Patrick Teo, Radha Krishnan. I don't think anyone remembered their faces when they started off. We were just listening to golden voices of radio.
Right.
And, that's what it means by the theater of the mind. That means you're able to tickle the imagination of the listener through your radio programs.
Right.
I don't know whether you're familiar with the War of the Worlds many years ago. That was a fantastic radio program. So that actually inspired me to be a radio producer. And so going back to the theme of radio, which is radio and peace.
Yes.
It's 12 years since World Radio Day came about. And the peace, I think, is very apt at this point in time when we are having a big crisis, international crisis with the war, and most recently with what's happening in Turkey and Syria.
Right.
And also globally, there's so many issues that are taking place. And of course, peace is what we need right now. And peace is something that can only come about if we listen. And the skill of listening, to me, is disappearing nowadays because people are not listening. They're talking more. And this is where a lot of talk can also result in a lot of conflict, not only at home, but everywhere that you go to, if you're talking the wrong stuff. So I think we need to create listeners, and radio is a great tool in creating the ability to listen. You know, when you listen to radio, you actually hone your listening skills. So peace is a topic which is much needed in today's time.
Right.
And radio has the ability to join communities. If you look at Malaysia, radio was crucial in nation building. Radio was also crucial in getting all the three races at that time together.
Right.
So it played a huge unity role. But
Right.
today we're talking about peace, global peace, and that comes about through, how you actually do your radio programming.
Right.
How you actually create harmony on the airwaves.
Miss Philo, we can talk about this for the longest time ever, but unfortunately we ran out of time already. So thank you so much. On behalf of Traxx FM, we wish you a happy World Radio Day.
Thank you, Brandon. You keep rocking. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. That was Philomena Pragasam, Director of Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development, AIBD. It is the 13th of February 2023, and today we are celebrating World Radio Day with the theme Radio and Peace. So share your World Radio Day message on Traxx FM Official. That is our hashtag. Once again, hashtag Traxx FM Official. Now back to more music. Here's Dua Lipa on Traxx FM.